We need to let people, let developers move forward without limitations.
Next question.
Hey, I'm Chris with SVVR. This is mostly for Palmer, but I've seen videos of you and Carmack talk about how it is morally imperative that we build a metaverse, and I want to get your opinion on why. Why do you think it's morally imperative that we build a metaverse?
I mean, this is one of those crazy man topics, but I guess it comes down to this. Everybody wants to live a perfect life. Everybody wants all of the things that make them happy, and there's only so much stuff in this world to go around, and there's more and more people to take out of those things and only have so much to go around. And it's going to be impossible to give everyone everything that they want if you're limited to what you can physically actually build in the real world. I think that virtual reality has the potential to take a lot of things, especially luxury goods and other things that are not long-term useful items, but they're pure waste items. And even if virtual reality was perfect, then it'd be easy to say, oh, well, it's absolutely perfect, identical to real life, then you'd be able to solve a lot of these problems. And when you have that perspective, a lot of people say, well, you're not going to have perfect virtual reality for a very long time. So until it's perfect, it's useless. And I disagree with that perspective too, because for us, sitting here in the best country in the world and in the best state in this country, it's easy for us to say that it's easy for us to say, oh, virtual reality is not as good as the real world, so why would I want to spend my life in it? But there's a lot of people around the world who don't necessarily have lives that are as good as ours. And I think that the bar for wanting to spend a huge amount of time in VR and to have a lot of value in your recreation in VR it's much lower than it is for us. And then there's a bunch of other reasons. I think it's going to be incredibly useful for training. I think it's going to help revolutionize education. For all those reasons, I think there's a lot of reasons that you can argue that it is a moral imperative that we create a perfect virtual reality.
And to add to that as well, I'd say even up until the stage where we have a perfect virtual reality or some sort of persistent metaverse, you're still going to have chaps with sort of the unfortunate locked-in syndrome, people who are unable to say leave their bed. And I think the possibility to now pair that up with 360 camera and sort of EEG receiver to be able to actually allow this person to move outside their chair or whatever, I think it's something that will obviously be a pretty significant step forward for these chaps. So, yeah.
And just to add one more thing to that. Don't take this to mean that in the next 5 or even 10 years we're going to have perfect virtual reality. All of this morality stuff, it's really getting into the sci-fi realm of what will virtual reality eventually do to society. And I think it's really exciting to think about those things, but it's also careful to not let it take up all of your everyday thinking because it's so far off and it's so easy to just spend your whole day daydreaming about what virtual reality is going to do and to dream about all these amazing societal impacts it has. But as it stands, there's just a lot of work that needs to be done. It's better to focus on that, I think.
Really good. Yeah.
Let's go to the next question. Yeah, I'm Steve from Life